This is a throwdown, a showdown. Hell no, I can't slow down. It's gonna go.
First offense.
On the mix.
So this track is called Let Your Backbone Slide.
May I have your attention, please?
Love the record. One of my favorite songs I ever made. This is actually a remix. The original joint was a different sample altogether. But I performed at Electric Circus back in like '89, man, and the rest is history. From that, we got a record deal. Shout out to Stevie B, LMR Records. We were just in the right place at the right time with the right joint. And we said, you know what, let's remix this. We have an opportunity right here to make something really, really special. So this joint to everyone here, this specific mix is actually a remix called a power mix to Let Your Backbone Slide. Shout out to my producers, Peter and Anthony Davis of First Defense. I grew up from Scarborough, so I grew up listening to rock. You know, a lot of Scarborough, old school Scarborough heads were like real rockers, you know what I'm saying? So it was a track back in the days by a cat named Billy Squire called The Stroke. So when I heard Stroke, you know, I was like, he said, let your backbone slide. It just sounded real ill, like some real James Brown influence type-ish. So I just knew I'm gonna make a song called Let Your Backbone Slide, and the music had to convey that message, that energy, that funk. So when I heard the version of what Peter and Anthony did, I'm like, this is really, really dope. And then we had the opportunity to remix it. We let Backbone slide some more, even more. So I'm glad people got with it. I got a saying, don't make records, make history. Anyone can make a record, but making history is when people check for you 20 years later, 30 years later, 40 years later, and they invite you to talk about your record. So that's kind of what I feel about the song. That was the main idea from that to Billy Squire. Obviously some James Brown in there as well. This cover right here, my pops was the photographer. This is my DJ LTD. We shot this in my parents', you've been there, you shot this in my parents' crib. And my dad just got a backdrop, put it in there. I didn't think I owned a tuxedo at the time, so this is a rental from Tuxedo Royale, right? But, I didn't ask for them to put the pink. I don't know why they chose to use that, but I was so excited the fact I made my record, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want no adjustments. This is fresh. And basically that's all she wrote, man. Lyrically, I'm influenced by artists like Big Daddy Kane, Public Enemy, Rakim, Cool G Rap, you know. So back in those days especially, you gotta make sure you say something lyrical, you know? Very aggressive at the same time. The first words I said was, this is a throwdown. I learned that from like Muhammad Ali when he fought George Foreman to give him a punch in the face right away. And then when you look at Public Enemy records, the first thing Chuck D said in his records was something that was like, yes, bass. It was something that resonated like a punch in the face. So that's why I came with it. This is a throwdown, just to get people listening. They knew something was about to happen sooner than later. And after 20 years later, Backbones is still sliding. People still check for the joint. I'm proud that it's the first Canadian hip-hop single to ever go gold. Like, how cool is that, you know? The album itself ended up going platinum, Symphony in Effect, and I'm one of the reasons why they implemented a Best Rap Recording of the Year category, the Junos. So I'm very proud of that as well. But a lot of this came from just, you know, we just felt Toronto was up and coming, and it's like you got everything we do now, it's going to make a real imprint. So big up to Mishi Me, LA Love, the Dream Warriors as well. That was a very special time for us coming up. And when you look at where Toronto is now and how we're received from the world, it's a beautiful thing that, you know what, we started someplace too as well, you know? Just like New York City has their own history, and LA when it comes to hip hop, Toronto, we got our own thing too, our foundation. And this is one of the foundational songs right there, so proud of it. And Backbones is still sliding, the Maestro Fresh-Wes.
Oh, I forgot it does that. Walk This Way was crazy because it was probably like the 8th record on the album that we started to record. And originally, me and Ron was just going to sample it and rhyme over it because it was one of our favorite breakbeats to rap over.
I really am proud of this solo. It was done in about 5 or 6 takes. And then it was, we did a compilation of those takes to arrive at what we have.